Here we have the MCON, as well you can plainly see, from Ohsnap. Now, Ohsnap is a brand that typically makes these kind of rings that go on the back of your phone, just like this one here. And typically these will pop right on the back, sit on the MagSafe magnet. These are a typical Ohsnap product. So this one is a little different. This one is a controller. Now, what I was particularly interested with is the design because, well, if you've been around the phone game long enough, you'll see that this kind of looks like an Xperia Play, which was the sort of PSP phone back in the early Android days. And this one attaches via MagSafe, just like, well, their other products. And I've been really interested in seeing how this one feels and how it works. All right, so we'll take a look at the instructions first. So you snap your phone on it as you eject the controller. I'm wondering if you can, I'm assuming you can play it on the phone or separate from the phone, but you know what? Let's just find out for ourselves. Quick start guide, here we go. All right, so it comes with a ring in the box, which is awesome because if your phone does not have a MagSafe magnet inside of it, then this will provide the metal surface for the magnet in this product to click to. You got a magnetic mount, a quick launch thing. Yep, slap the ring on your phone if you need to. Center it on the pad. Attach your device. Okay, press to launch. I like that, that's fun. All right, fold out grips on the back. Okay, pull them down rather than slide them around or rotate them or something. Slide to power on, hold to pair, okay. It's interesting that you have to pair it and that it doesn't use NFC to auto pair. I feel like that was something that was pretty common back in the day, and I don't necessarily see it very often anymore, which is a shame. Sure, kickstand is flat when you slide it back into the body. A little USB-C to C cable. It's actually really thick. That's a nice thick rubberized cable. All right, and here's the controller. So there's the eject button. Oh, that's satisfying. All right, let's do that again. Oh, that's beautiful. That is a really cool piece of electronics. It's interesting that these are recessed like that. I'm really curious to see how these are going to feel playing a first-person shooter. They are different from a Switch's joysticks, which I'm happy about because I was afraid they would feel exactly like Switch joysticks. But I'm not sure different means better. We will have to play around a little bit more to see. But for now, they're pretty cool. Okay. Face buttons. They don't have a lot of travel to them. They're pretty much just a little press. They feel very similar to like a D-pad click. They don't feel cheap necessarily. Okay, and then on the back we have R1 and R2. The back triggers are actually analog, which is really cool. And then the bumpers are just, typical bumper button, right? That's good. Okay, home menu, another menu, and probably capture. I guess it's a capture button. It probably says it in the manual that I just, read but forgot already. Okay, and then on the back, we have the grips that fold out. Okay, so these provide a little bit more. Oh yeah, they do work pretty well. I don't know that they're necessarily comfortable. They have kind of a weird design to them. But yeah, they provide a really good space for my fingers to grab hold. Okay, yep. That is pretty dope. Okay. So, if I slap an iPhone on here, I'll just use this as an example since that's what's in my pocket right now. Okay. And yeah, I would say having these on is going to help counteract that weight. It's pretty good. Let me go grab another phone that has a game on it, and I'll be right back. try to pair this puppy. So we got to flip it on. Let's flip it on. There we go. Now it's on. USB port on the bottom to charge it. Got your pairing button here. Oh, look at that. There it is. Ohsnap MCON. Number 1. Bam. Now it's connected. Okay. Oh, yeah, look at that. And there are the status lights right on the side here. Connected. As it has power on and connected via Bluetooth. Good deal. Let's pop that puppy on there. This is nice. So you can adjust where this is on here to best fit where your phone magnet is located. So on this one, I have to adjust it a little bit because otherwise it's not centered. So now it's centered. There we go. All right, let's see how these feel. They actually feel really good. I really like the way the joysticks feel with aiming. I feel like I can be really precise, like how smoothly I can turn. I feel pretty good for now. Let's see when I get in the match and start shooting. All right, let's go. Oh, forgot to thank him. Not too bad. Right, this thing is still sticking on the left joystick. Really? Yep, I don't know. I feel like that's going to be a problem long term. Definitely going to have to come up with a longer term review on this one and see how it holds up or see how often that happens. Oh, didn't know the trash fire did that. Haven't been there yet. Fun. Okay, well, I guess I got to go somewhere else now. How about this playground? Yeah. Just stop at the bathroom real quick. Getting shot out already. Look at that. Very nice. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. Come on, bro. Man. Gotta be more aggressive than that. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Get out of the way. Why don't the swings move? Oh my gosh. They're still fighting that old Fortnite bug. Can't let the swings move or it might kick somebody out. Alright, let's see. Who's shooting me? Where are you at? Come on. Oh, there we go. There we go. 2 in a row. Oh, and then I died. Okay, well, this feels good. I actually really like this. This is a really interesting controller design. It's a little more compact than your typical controller because, you know, when you're done, you just, bam, close it up. And now the whole controller is, you know, the size of your phone. Well, I mean, obviously that's thicker than a phone, but you know what I'm saying. It's not the typical footprint of a normal mobile controller, which I really like. I really like that that is this compact. This seems like a pretty good start. Not sure about that little joystick sticking issue, but I will check with them and see if that is a common problem. I will also be testing it for longer and see if that goes away over time, or if it ends up becoming an actual problem and sticks permanently or something like that. One more thing we got to show off is the kickstands. I'm gonna move some of this stuff real quick. Okay, so when you have this thing popped open, right? Now you press and hold the eject button, slide that off. All right, so now we've got the plate on the phone here. This acts as a kickstand. Looks like you can lay it totally flat, or you can kick it back like that. So then you can play like this, totally separate like that. Have it basically like a Nintendo Switch on the table. Of course, you know, you don't have to play with those if you want to just have it like a Game Boy Advance size, basically. And actually, you know what? This actually looks just like a Game Boy Advance profile now that I'm looking at it. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, that would work pretty well for this. If I'm playing a shooter and I'm using, or any game that's using these triggers a lot, I definitely need to have those grips because, I don't know, it's a little small for my hands to be also pulling down on those here. It keeps waking the phone up because it's paired with it, but yeah, see, there we go. It's good stuff. I like that a lot. So when you're ready to pop it in, it just slides right in there. Bam. Look. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Oh, look at that. Look. I messed it up. Okay, so there's a little notch here. I guess that's supposed to go in there. Okay, I see. So you want to align that notch with this. Yeah, there we are. Now that properly fits in there. Look at that. That is just, that's a dope controller. Like, honestly, the perfect travel size controller. I think this, if I'm going somewhere and I'm taking a controller with me, this is the travel controller to beat. I typically take other controllers with me and they're just a pain. They take up so much room in my bag. This is a winner. It's about as good as it gets as far as travel goes, if you ask me. Love it. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe to the channel. That's the MCON controller by Ohsnap, and I'll see you in the next one.